believe that the core of a great school is professional development, and we know that you don't change your capacity to serve all your learners in any other way than investing in your teachers. And we felt like the Bienvenue kind of approach of starting by transforming the adults and their capacities to serve the learners was absolutely the right way to do this.
One of the things is that we've had to think about our goals before we start worrying about our activities. You know, we always tend to think, what are some good professional development opportunities? What are some activities that we ought to do? And the model forced us to start with our goals and start with how we're going to assess whether or not we've achieved our goals, and then look at our activities and kind of not only work in that usual typical direction.
In order to bring about this kind of change, teachers really have to be working within a growth mindset mentality. They have to be willing to recognize that their students have a lot of different types of potential and can learn in a variety of different settings, that they don't need to be in a setting where it's just teacher and student, but that students can learn from one another, students can learn independently, students can be self-reliant and self-motivated.
I think the Bienvenue project absolutely created a paradigm shift that I don't think the school will go back on. I think that in small ways you can see it, where you can just hear teachers using certain language that we've been using around Bienvenue, like differentiation or task analysis, things that teachers here always knew. We have wonderful teachers, but that it's in the front of their mind, not as just as buzzwords, but as something that they understand should be part of their daily teaching process.
When I walked through the school recently, one of the things I saw in classroom after classroom, just walking through the hallway, was that there was no whole class instruction in any of the classes that I visited. And that may be the first time that I had seen that in a walkthrough of the school. And I do think that that's largely attributable to the emphasis on varying the methods of teaching that Bienvenue has brought to us. And that is something I expect that's a trend that I expect to continue and intensify over the next few years.
Having to work with many students at all different levels and trying to address each one of their needs stresses me, but in a good way, takes a lot of extra time, and it also puts me sort of on the level in a way of them. I'm a total learner and a teacher, and I have to be okay with that. I have to be okay with learning every day.